Dear students, today in this session we discuss perpendicular vectors. We will see the concept. Before that concept, first just we can recall the definition for scalar product. The scalar product or dot product of two vectors, A vector and B vector, is given by vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into cos theta, where theta is angle between the vectors A and B. Here we will see one important note. Here if you consider vector A and vector B which are perpendicular, means the angle between vectors A and B is equal to 90 degree. If theta is equal to 90 degree or pi by 2 in radians, therefore cos theta becomes cos pi by 2. So it is equal to 0 because the value of cos pi by 2 is 0. Therefore, if you multiply the magnitude of the vector A and magnitude of vector B to this cos theta, then that LHS becomes AB cos theta. Again it is equal to 0 because if you multiply AB to the 0, then it also becomes again 0 only. Therefore, by the definition of dot product, this AB cos theta is equal to vector A dot vector B is equal to 0. So it is a scalar or a real number because 0 is one of the real number. Therefore, A dot B is equal to 0. That implies A is perpendicular to B. Similarly, in reverse order, if A is perpendicular to B, then A dot B is always equal to 0. So, based on this concept, here we will solve some examples. Let us consider the first example. If A is equal to 5i minus j minus 3k and B vector is equal to I plus 3j minus 5k, verify whether the vectors A plus B and A minus B are perpendicular to each other. So, to prove this one, here we should find out A plus B and A minus B, then dot product of these two vectors is equal to 0, then only we can say that A plus B is perpendicular to A minus B. So, here for that, here this is the concept, and first we should find the value of A plus B. Means we have to add this A and B vector. So that 5i plus I means it becomes 6i, minus j plus 3j means it becomes plus 2j, minus 3k minus 5k means it becomes minus 8k. So that it is the value of A plus B. Similarly, A minus B, that is, see here we have to subtract A minus B here, so that 5i minus I means it becomes 4i, minus j minus of plus 3 means it is minus 3j, so that it becomes minus 4j, right. Similarly, minus 3k and it becomes plus, so that here minus 3k plus 5k means it becomes plus 2k. So these are the two vectors which we need here. Now, we should find out the dot product of these two vectors, so that we have to multiply components here, corresponding components of I, j, k. Here therefore 6 into 4 plus 2 into the bracket of minus 4 plus minus 8 into 2. See here you have to multiply these two plus these two components plus these two components, so that we will be having this one. After simplification, here we get 24 minus 8 minus 16. Therefore, the final answer will be that is 0. Here dot product of these two vectors is 0 means definitely A plus B is perpendicular to A minus B. Now question number 2. If vector A is equal to 2i plus 2j plus 3k, vector B is equal to minus I plus 2j plus k, vector C is equal to 3i plus j. See students, here there is no term of k here, are such that A plus lambda B is perpendicular to vector C. Therefore, we have to prove that dot product of A plus lambda B and vector C should be equal to 0, means already they have given these two are perpendicular. Then find the value of lambda, means lambda be a scalar. So that we have to find out the value of lambda by using the concept of perpendicularity of two vector. Here A plus lambda B and C both are perpendicular vectors. Therefore, again consider here A plus lambda B we should find here, so that which is dot product with vector C equal to 0, means you have to take it equal to 0, because already they have given these two vectors are perpendicular, means we can consider the relation the dot product of these two vectors is equal to 0. And this can be written as A dot C equal to 0 by using right distribution law. Therefore, A dot C plus lambda B dot C is equal to 0. Here now lambda equal to, here we can transfer this whole term this side, then it becomes that is minus A dot C divided by B dot C, because it will multiply here after taking this side, so it becomes divided by. Then you have to find the value of A dot C here. A dot C means here it is 2 into 3 means it is 6, and 2 into 1 means it is plus 2, and 3 into 0 means there is no k term, means the coefficient of k is 0, so that after multiplying here we will get 0, so that here we have only 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. Similarly, we can find out B dot C. Therefore, it is minus 3 plus 2, because here B dot C means minus 1 into 3 means it becomes minus 3. Similarly, 2 into 1 means it becomes plus 2, and there is no k term, so that it is 0. But after multiplying here we will get 0, so that here we have only minus 3 plus 2, so it becomes minus 1. So now we can replace the value of A dot C and B dot C vector. Therefore, lambda is equal to minus 8 divided by minus 1. Therefore, lambda is equal to 8. So therefore, it is the value of lambda. So now here we can consider next example. If A dot A is equal to 0, A dot B is equal to 0, then what can be concluded about vector B? Now we can go for the solution. Here they have given A dot A equal to 0, means it can be equal to magnitude of vector A whole square. and it is already given 0, means this magnitude square is also equal to 0. That implies magnitude of vector A equal to 0, means A is a null vector. Therefore, by the condition of A dot A equal to 0, here A is a null vector. Therefore, A vector can be written as 0i plus 0j plus 0k, and here this is the given, and also given A dot B equal to 0, means here vector A dot vector B is equal to 0, means A is already a null vector. A is already a null vector, means B, it is not necessary to be a 0 vector, so that B can be any vector. Therefore, dot product of these two vector is 0, means any one of them should be 0 vector here, or else here it may be any vector, so that B can be any vector. Now again we will solve some more examples on perpendicular vectors. Question number 1, show that each of the given 3 vectors is a unit vector. So 1 by 7, 2i plus 3j plus 6k, and another vector 1 by 7 into the bracket of 3i minus 6j plus 2k, and the third vector 1 by 7 into the bracket of 6i plus 2j minus 3k. Here we have to show that each of the given vector is a unit vector. Now let us consider vector A is the first one, that is 1 by 7 into the bracket of 2i plus 3j plus 6k. So that here we have to find out this is the unit vector, and similarly we can consider the second vector B is equal to 1 by 7 into the bracket of 3i minus 6j plus 2k. Similarly, third vector C is equal to 1 by 7 into the bracket of 6i plus 2j minus 3k. Now we consider these two vectors here. The first vector, we have to find out the magnitude of vector A, which should be equal to, that is 1. Then it becomes a unit vector. So now we have to find out the magnitude of vector A, that is equal to, here x square plus y square plus z square, means here components of vector A. So that we have to multiply this 1 by 7 to all these terms. So it becomes 2 by 7, 3 by 7 and 6 by 7. Therefore, here we can write down square root of 2 by 7 whole square plus here 3 by 7 whole square plus 6 by 7 whole square. Therefore, here the denominator is 7 square in all the 3 terms, so that after adding, here we will be having the LCM is 7 square, so that here we have, that is 49 in the denominator, and in the numerator here 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9 and 6 square is 36. So that here we will be having square root of 49 by 49. So it is equal to square root of 1. So square root of 1 is equal to what? 1. Therefore, A is a unit vector. Then again we can find out the magnitude of vector B. Similarly, we can multiply 1 by 7 to all the terms. So these become 3 by 7 minus 6 by 7 and 2 by 7. Therefore, a square root of 3 by 7 whole square plus minus 6 by 7 whole square plus 2 by 7 whole square. So after simplification, here again we have in the denominator, that is 49, in the numerator 3 square is 9 plus minus 6 whole square is 36 plus 2 square is 4. So that here it is square root of 49 by 49. 49 by 49. Again square root of 1 is equal to 1. So again vector C is given here. So multiply 1 by 7 to all the terms here. So 6 by 7, 2 by 7 and minus 3 by 7 are the components of the vector C. So that magnitude of C is equal to 6 by 7 whole square plus 2 by 7 whole square plus into the bracket of minus 3 by 7 whole square. Therefore, again in the numerator, that is 36 plus 4 plus 9 divided by, that is 7 square is 49. Therefore, it is equal to square root of 49 by 49. So, it becomes 1 year after cancellation. So, that square root of 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, magnitude of A is equal to magnitude of B is also equal to magnitude of C is equal to 1. Means the magnitudes of all the three vectors is equal to 1. Therefore, here we can see that here these three vectors are unit vectors. Now we will go for the second question. Show that the given three vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now consider three vectors 1 by 7 into the bracket of 2i plus 3j plus 6k. Second vector 1 by 7 into the bracket of 3i minus 6j plus 2k. And the third vector 1 by 7 into the bracket of 6i minus plus 2j minus 3k. We have to prove that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually perpendicular means here we have to take here A dot B equal to 0, B dot C equal to 0. Similarly, C dot A is also equal to 0. That we have to prove here. Now, here first we should consider these three vectors as ABC. So, vector A is equal to here 1 by 7 into the bracket of 2i plus 3j plus 6k. Vector B is equal to 1 by 7 into the bracket of 3i minus 6k plus 2k. And vector C is equal to 1 by 7 into the bracket of 6i plus 2j minus 3k. To prove here A dot B and C are mutual perpendicular means A dot B equal to 0, B dot C equal to 0 and A dot C equal to 0. Already I have told you. Here if we prove these three, then here we can say that A, B, C are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now let us prove that the first one A dot B equal to 0. So A dot B means it is dot product of vector A and B here. So that we will be having 2 by 7i plus 3 by 7j plus 6 by 7k. Dot product with 3 by 7i minus 6 by 7j plus 2 by 7k. Therefore, now we have to find out the dot product of these two. So that here we have to multiply this term to this term, second term to second term and third term to third term. Therefore, we have 6 by 49 because 23. 6 by 49. Next minus 18 by 49 and plus 12 by 49. So after multiplying these, here we will get, so that denominator is 49 only. So that here we can take that LCM as 49 and after adding and subtracting the numerator, it becomes 0 because 6 minus 18 is equal to minus 12 plus 12 is equal to 0. Therefore, A dot B equal to 0. Now consider the second one B dot C. So again consider that vectors. Here B vector is 3 by 7i minus 6 by 7j plus 2 by 7k. Dot product with C vector, that is 6 by 7i plus 2 by 7j minus 3 by 7k. Now after multiplication we will be having 3 into 6 18 by 49 I, sorry, I dot I means it becomes 1. Next minus 6 by 7 plus 2 by 7 mean here we will get minus 12 by 49 and plus into minus it becomes minus. So 2 into 3 means 6, 6 by 49. So after making the operation here, so that denominator will be again 49, but the numerator is 18 minus 12 minus 6 means it will become 0. Similarly, the third one, A dot C equal to so to prove A dot C is also equal to 0. So now we consider A dot C here or C dot A here. So 1 by 7 we have to multiply to all these terms within the bracket, so that becomes 6 by 7 I plus 2 by 7 j minus 3 by 7 k, and it is dot product with vector A, that is 2 by 7 I plus 3 by 7 j plus 6 by 7 k. Now we can make the dot production. Here it is 12 by 49 plus 6 by 49 minus 18 by 49. So after adding all these, here we get again 0 volt. Therefore the vectors are mutually perpendicular, because already we have proved that A dot B equal to 0, B dot C equal to 0. Similarly, A dot C equal to 0. Therefore here we can say that the vectors are mutually perpendicular, because A dot B equal to 0, B dot C equal to 0 and A dot C equal to 0. Now here we will prove some results involving magnitudes of vectors. Question number 1. If A dot B equal to minus magnitude of A into magnitude of B, then find the angle between A and B vectors. Now go for the solution. The given A dot B vectors is equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. This is the definition of dot product of two vector, and here we can take that in the LHS part, that is A dot B, as magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta, and in RHS part, that is already given, minus into magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Now cancel the common term, so that we can cancel here magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Here also we can cancel magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Then the remaining is here 1, so that cos theta is equal to minus 1. That implies here theta is equal to 180 degree, because here cos theta is always equal to here minus 1 means, so that here theta becomes 180 degree, because here cos 180 degree, which is always equal to minus 1. Therefore here theta becomes 180 degree. Now we will prove result 1, that is magnitude of A plus B square is equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into the bracket of A dot B, or else we can write it as magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta, because A dot B is equal to this whole term. Now here already we have seen the previous result also, that is vector square always be written as here magnitude of vector A square. Therefore, we will use this one in this result. So now here we will take magnitude of A plus B whole square to prove this result here. So that magnitude of A plus B whole square means here magnitude of A square can be written as A dot A. Similarly, we can write A plus B dot A plus B. Now here we can make multiplication as usual, that is A dot A, similarly A dot B plus B dot A plus B dot B vectors. Therefore, we have that is A dot A plus A dot B plus B dot A plus B dot B. Therefore, here we can write here magnitude of A square, because already I told you that vector A dot vector A can be written as here, that is magnitude of A square. Similarly, here vector A dot vector E can be written as magnitude of A square. Similarly, vector B dot vector B can also be written as that is magnitude of B square. Now already we have seen that is A dot B can also be written as B dot A, because dot product is always commutative. So that here we can take these two are equal. Therefore, we can write it as here 2 into A dot B. Now again we can write here magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta, because it is by the definition of dot product of these two vectors. So this is the proof of this result 1. Now we will go for the result 2. Here we have to prove that A minus B modulus square is equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into vector A dot vector B. This can also be written as magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. So to prove this one, again we will consider these properties here. Now consider magnitude of A minus B whole square can be written as here A minus B dot A minus B, as previous result here using this property here. So now here again we multiply here this one and this one, similarly this one and second one, right? So that A dot A minus A dot B, and again here we multiply minus B dot A, minus into minus means it becomes plus B dot B. Therefore, here we have magnitude of A square, because here that can be written as here, means here dot product of same two vectors, it is equal to magnitude of vector A square. Similarly, here that B dot B can be written as here again that magnitude of B square, and these two are same here as we have seen in this previous result. Therefore, we can write here, means we have to make the addition, because minus minus is there. So it becomes minus 2 into A dot B. Here which can also be written as magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. So this is the proof of result 2. Now we will go for result 3. Magnitude of A plus B square plus magnitude of A minus B square is equal to 2 into magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B whole square. So to prove this one, here we consider that previous results, two results, plus or minus means wherever plus is there, here also we have plus, here also we have plus. Here if the sign is minus, then here it becomes minus and minus here. So now here we consider magnitude of A plus B whole square plus magnitude of A minus B whole square, means This is LHS part. So now we can write on magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into A dot B. This is by the previous result. Similarly, plus magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into A dot B. Means here we consider from these two results here. Right. Now here we can cancel these two terms because both are equal but they are having the opposite sign. So that here we can cancel both of them. Now we will be having magnitude of A square means here it becomes here see here magnitude of A square one term is here, magnitude of A square is another term, and similarly magnitude of B square is one term, magnitude of B square is second term. So after adding and taking 2 common, so that we will be having 2 into the bracket of magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square. Now we will go for the next result. Magnitude of A plus B whole square minus magnitude of A minus B whole square is equal to 4 into the bracket of A dot B. Similarly, we can use these two results here. So now consider that LHS part. So now we can write on by the result. Here magnitude of A plus B whole square is equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into A dot B. Similarly, here minus into the bracket of by the definition of this property. Here magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into A dot B. Now here we can multiply this minus sign to all these terms. Here now we can cancel here these two terms because both are having here negative means opposite signs. Similarly, here we can cancel magnitude of B square and minus magnitude of B square, and now here after multiplying minus sign to this one it becomes plus here, so that here we can add 2 into A dot B plus again 2 into A dot B, then here we will be having 4 into A dot B. So that it is the proof of this result 4. Thank you.